know I've done videos on this before, but my songwriting. I've written a lot of songs. The first song I ever wrote was in the 1980s, so it's like when I was very young. So, so it's like probably 1988, 89. 1988. I think 1988 was the first time I wrote a song. It was my first. It was just because I was taking that guitar class in 8th grade, so and the final grade was, do a song. So yeah, and then I don't know. I didn't really carry on too much with guitar playing after 8th grade, but I did start writing lyrics because I was playing soccer in high school, freshman year. So I was like, not really, but I got the kind of bug for writing, so I still wanted to write lyrics. But then I was very kind of down on my guitar playing. I was like, I'm not good enough to write music for this yet. But I can write lyrics because I've been writing haiku since I was like in 4th grade. So I was used to writing lyrics, the music, the lyrics. So, and in a way, writing songs is not like writing haikus because you have a certain amount to work with. Because you've got a melody, you got to work those words into the melody. You know what I mean? So, because it's got, the words are melodic. That's the thing with song. It's like you have words, but they gotta be a melody. Be fashioned into a melody, musical thingy. So you gotta write a certain amount. You can't just write too many words. You gotta have it fit. And so, yeah. So, but then, then things in high school started happening. Started liking girls, liking this, liking that, feeling certain ways about the world, liking this, like hating that. So I started feeling things and started writing things about that. Writing things about all these things, try to be clever about it, but it's just my song just kind of comes naturally what I wrote about it. And the first songs that I wrote were like songs. This girl I like named Holly wrote the song Holly about her, and then there's a girl named Natasha who also liked. Actually, I liked Natasha freshman year, and I wrote a song called Face Value because she used to smile a lot. So I wrote that about her, and then I wrote a song called Your Company, which is kind of like I was starting to listen to Elvis Costello, and it's kind of like a double meaning, like the company you keep plus a company, corporation. No, it's a double thing, wordplay and all that stuff. So I started doing that kind of stuff, and I wrote a song called We Pollute. Actually, it's called We, but it's about pollution. So after I was thinking about that, and then I wrote a song about all these different things, about people that I knew. It's kind of, a little bit of that goes into the songs, and I like that. Because a lot of people, I can write things from this creative side and just make up people. But I like using people or ideas of realness in my songs because then it makes the song more real to me, and it makes me more endearing to the song, and it makes me like the song more. That's why I like doing that. I don't have to, but that connection connects me to the song. So that real connection. I feel like I've written about something real. Because some people are like, "Well, I'm so creative. I can write about things I make up. I make up everything because I'm so creative." No, I can, but I don't want to. I like connecting real people into real ideas, real songs. That's why I started to write, because I wanted to convey how I feel about things, my artisticness. I wanted to write catchy songs, but also songs that mean something. So, yeah. So it was like, when I first started writing songs, I didn't know what to write about. I used to, what am I writing about? And you see all these bands, and you go, they read about it. You see Queen, they when they first started out, they wrote about, they did the old mythology thing. They kind of ogre battle, and the Black Queen and the White Queen. Like chess, and the March of the Black Queen, White Queen, and then they kind of did all this kind of My Fairy King and very kind of mythological things. Yeah, that. Then you had Zeppelin, who kind of also did kind of mythological thing, but they did like Norse mythology with the Vikings, and you know what I mean. The Immigrant Song, well, it's almost like we come from the land of the ice and snow, and it's all like Vikings. Midnight Sun, Hot Springs Flow, and Jimmy Page kind of smiles when it's like, Robert Plant, were you writing songs about Vikings? He's probably like, oh, yeah. So yeah, Vikings, and then a lot of people chose certain things. The Beatles chose to write about relationships, in poems. They go, I, you, me, from me to you, I love me, you please please me, that kind of thing. I and me, that kind of relationship stuff. So they all, every songwriter writes about certain thing. You kind of find your little wellspring and try to suck it dry as much as you can right before it gets too old. Then you work on something else. Because Queen didn't always keep going on with the mythology. The mythology with the White Queen, Ogre Battle, my Fairy King, the Fairy Fella's Master Stroke. The one of the songs were the early stuff. Seven Seas of Rye. It's probably on like Night of the Opera when they kind of stopped doing all that kind of stuff. They kind of still did a little bit of that, like with Prophet Song. Kind of has a kind of biblical kind of feel to it. Yeah, and by the time they did Day of the Racists, they wouldn't really do any of that. No, it'd be like The Millionaire's Waltz, Take Your Breath Away, Tie Your Mother Down, White Man. Yeah, they kind of got away from the whole mythological thing at that point. So you outgrow that and you start doing something else. Yeah. So I digress there, but my kind of wellspring is writing about emotions. Writing songs about the way we are. That's what I discovered. Has anybody else done that? I don't know. I've never seen anybody else just do that. So I do that. A lot of my songs I've written selfishness, your jealousy, envious. They're all songs that I've written. Kindness. These are all songs about most different kind of ways that we are. And I think why not? No one's really done that. I've never heard anybody do my songs like that. So that's why, and I think people are like, well, that's a good idea. Why didn't I do that? No, you didn't. That happens to all of us. Me as a songwriter, you see ideas other people have done, and I go, that's clever. I wish I would have thought of that. That's just kind of how it is. You kind of other people think of something first. So yeah. So I think I've written all those kind of songs. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of songs I've written was based on things that I've always kind of thought about, like give and take, or you giveth and you taketh. It's a thing I like to say. You giveth and you taketh away, because when it was someone's kind of like nice one minute, not nice, then I kind of say that. You giveth and you taketh away. It's kind of an expression I always use. So I thought, I can make a song out of that. So the song kind of hopefully conveys that about, you're nice one minute and then you're not so nice. You're kind one minute and then you're not so kind. So that's what that was about. That song or that. And then reaction is another thing about me. Reaction, I like seeing how people like react. So I say certain things to see how people like react, or I do things to see how people like react. Because how people react tells you so much about how people are. So I wrote that song. It's called Reaction. And so I wrote a song, all these kind of songs about things like that. So, yeah. Okay, that's another video.